I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the counselor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-Boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saeed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saeed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. Call your friends, call your family. Let them know Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going live, viewers. Now it's our public concerns night tonight, where we deal with the issues of the road, the box train, the bridges, the councillor not being representing the community, the MPs, you're not seeing them. So viewers, remember, call your friends, call your family, let them know Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going live on Synergy Network. We are also on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, it's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share. On YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know, viewers. Now, the reason why I always ask you to share our live stream is so the rest of Trinidad and Tobago and family outside of our country will know about the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. So remember, share our Facebook and YouTube link, viewers. It will benefit me and it will also benefit you, the viewers. So remember, those of you who are looking to invest in Real Talk, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit. Remember that, viewers. And those of you who would like to open an account for your family and for your friends and for your kids especially, now, viewers, you need to start saving for your kids. In the commercial banks, they don't allow you to open an account for a child under the age of 18. At Real Talk Credit Union Information, viewers, you could do that. Don't let anybody fool you. I am Saeed, and I am telling you that you could do that. So our number was on screen, viewers. You can save it. Call our office. We are open from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., viewers. On Saturdays, it's from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Remember. Contact us, set up an appointment, and open a savings account for your kid. It is important to start planning for your children. It is very, very important. I am a businessman, and I could explain to you the importance in saving, especially for your kids. Especially for your kids. But on another night, we could do that, viewers. I could give you some tips on financial advice on how to save money, on how to budget, on how to cut. Remember, I'm in the money business years now, so I know about it. I'm a licensed money lender also. Now, so we're going into our program tonight after this call. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Good night. You're live on Real Talk, my dear. Go right ahead.
I would love to know what is really going on in this country with all of these murders, all of these killings, rape, thieving, everything you could think about. Would these PNM people have no shame, Mr. Saeed? These people shameless. Why they don't, when they go start to hold their parents for accountability for these things? Mr. Saeed is so shameless.
Thank you, my dear. So now, viewers, straight into CARICOM leaders. The regional leaders are once again looking to the United States to examine its role in the proliferation of guns in the region. The CARICOM heads were speaking at a round-table discussion of the regional symposium with the headline, Violence as a Public Health Issue, the Crime Challenge. Why would I say it's challenging? It's not challenging. Let me tell you something. For an individual who considers himself as an MP, a member of parliament, or a minister, let me tell you something. Challenges are not hard. Achievement is not hard. Remember, you have the ability, you have the power to execute. You have the power to execute. You have the power to order. You have the power to go to the Minister of Finance and say, hey, I need so-and-so to fund so-and-so, to do so-and-so business. That is the type of power you have. So don't come and tell me, or let use a headline in a regional symposium, the crime challenge. No, it's not about the crime challenge. Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, we not in no crime health issue, you know. We not in that, you know. It's because of the lack of performance by those in heads. Crime in Trinidad could be under control, you know. You want to know why I am saying that? When Gary Griffith took office, the former commissioner of police, he showed Trinidad and Tobago and he showed those ministers that he could get it done. And he did. And he did. But they had problems because apparently big fish were being touched. Their skin were being burnt. And they didn't like that. They did not like that. So what? Gary had to go. So all those heads that gathered in Trinidad for a regional symposium concerning the public violence as a public health issue, no. The crime challenge, no. 1.4 million people. You cannot tell me we have a crime challenge in Trinidad and Tobago. When you have ministers saying that this is not my job to keep the citizens safe, let me tell you something. The president of the country supposed to step in and say, here what's going on. As a minister, you're labeled, you start bad. You label us. And you start bad. You are the Minister of National Security. And if you cannot control crime, through the Commissioner of Police, which you have all rights to order and to step down on the Commissioner, if you cannot execute your duty and you cannot execute your power and you cannot go to the Finance Minister and say you demand money to pay extra hours for police just to get proper gears and clamp down on crime and save the citizens and them, well then you are no use to Trinidad and Tobago. You are of no use to the citizens. And if the president cannot come down on the Minister of National Security to keep the citizens safe, well then you and all are not serving your office. Let me tell you something. All you can't tell me about power, you know. All you cannot tell me about power, you know. And who have power. And how to execute it, you know, because I damn well know about it. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, gave one of the strongest rebukes, saying the U.S. has no moral authority to speak to these issues. Well said. Listen to this.
With respect to Andrew's point about the guns in the U.S., the U.S. has no moral authority to speak on these issues. None. And you cannot separate violence from climate, from pandemic, from all of these things. There are development issues, and regrettably, in every instance, behavior that has come from outside of the region is crowding out our ability to spend money on development for our people.
I believe what she said. 2386716 is the number to call in, viewers, where we could have a live discussion. Let me tell you something. Bahamas Prime Minister Philip Davis, KC, raised the issue of guns flowing from the United States into the region many times and stated that he told the U.S. he is not getting involved in the defamation to bear arms. Listen to this.
I've been telling the United States that I'm not going to get involved in their definition of their right to bear arms. But it cannot mean for us in the region that that right to bear arms also gives the right to traffic in those arms. And that has been the theme that I've been impressing upon them.
Now hear this. PM of Jamaica Andrew Holiness also stated that guns are needed to protect drugs that are transshipped through borders. Holiness added that appeals must be made to their friends in the north to increase their efforts to prevent the flow of guns into the region. Now listen to this.
The guns fuel crime. They are an accelerant. They are needed to protect drugs that are transshipped through our borders. They are then turned to deal with other forms of criminal activities. We have seen in Jamaica where the weapon of choice is no longer the AK-47. It is the AR-15, it is the Glock. These are guns that are manufactured in North America. So collectively, as the leaders of CARICOM, we must raise our voice on this. We must appeal to our friends in the North to increase their efforts to prevent the flow of guns into the region.
So now, Trent and Bego, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back from this break, we're going to be talking about security and how to prevent firearms from coming in our country. We ain't talking about the region, we're talking about our country after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So now, viewers, remember, I must remind you of this. Remember, we offer 4% on fixed deposit. 4% on $100,000 for 12 months, it's $4,000 at 4%. Now, 4,000 multiplied by 5 years, that's $20,000. $20,000 that you saved in 5 years without even sweating. Imagine that, eh? And at the end of 5 years now, your $20,000 will cover your electricity, probably water, maybe a telephone bill. That is going to cover your expense maybe for another 5 years. So when you pay your bills at the end of the year, and at 5 years when you calculate how much money you spent on bills in the last 5 years, at the end of 5 years, remember Realtalk is giving you 20%. 4, 5, 4, that's 20% on your 100,000. So look at that. Look at that. So at the end of 5 years now, you just got back $20,000 that you spent for the last 5 years on bills. Where are you getting that? Nowhere. Watch me. That is a rebate to talk about. That is a rebate to talk about. So when you want to think finance, you want to think finance advice, that is a little financial advice you got right there. And you get it for free. You don't have to go in a symposium for it. But nevertheless, that is why I am so successful. That is why I could achieve what I achieved in 2 years. Look how fast I grow. Because I know the know-how. And then again, I'm into spiritual work. So I get ideas. From who? From the Spirit of God. Let's talk, man. Real talk. So viewers, we want to talk about security. Remember when Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley wanted to join Mexico to lobby against the US concerning gun manufacturing? Now I'm going to tell you something. We have 1.4 million people in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. We used to be the land of the paradise, the land of honey in the Caribbean. What are we now? We are number 6 in the most criminal country in the world. That is when we went from paradise to the most. We placed number 6 in the most criminal country in the world. Imagine, look at that. Look where we went from. We went from honey to the desert. Dig a hole in the desert because they're coming at you. That is where we went from. But our Prime Minister wants to go join Mexico to go on a liberation now, to put some kind of talk to the US, to tell the manufacturers, gun manufacturers, hey, all I need to shut down. Really? Let me tell you something. The US is protecting their citizens. Why am I saying that at the age of 18 and over, once your character clean, you could walk in a shop and buy a pistol? I did license. Down here, you're in business for 40 years, you put in an application, 25 years pass, and you still a guy a firearm. Much as for somebody who over 18. That is the difference. Now, concerning firearm, leaving the US and coming down to the Caribbean, I will tell you something. We need to have border patrols. I'm talking about Trinidad and Tobago, eh? And if all wanted to extend it to the regional countries, not a problem. We need to have proper border controls. We need to have proper surveillance of the borders around Trinidad and Tobago. What do we call it? Satellite feed. If we don't have proper satellite feed, proper communications from border patrol, proper Coast Guard patrols, let me tell you something. If we had it proper, with 1.5 million people in Trinidad and Tobago, we would have been able to combat illegal firearms in Trinidad and Tobago. Take what I am telling you. Take what I am telling you. Only I want to listen to Saieed. No, when we listen to Saieed for Saieed, they're talking nothing good. Really? Well, then your Minister of National Security, who said we are what? Crime is a public health issue. How the hell crime could be a public health issue? Well, we have the Minister of National Security saying it is not my job to secure you, the citizen. It's TTPS job. Well, then what the hell he doing in Ministry of National Security? Am I talking nonsense? And then we have the Prime Minister now who wants to lobby with Mexico to talk to gun manufacturers in what? In the US? Really? If you put down your damn foot as the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something, things change. Things change right here in our country. But you know what? Lackadaisical. No effort into it. At the end of the day, when you collect $90,000, you studying who got killed? No. You are somebody driving you out, you are executive vehicles, you care about who got killed? No, you ain't care. If the Minister of National Security did care, like Gary Griffith cared, Trinidad would have been a better place. A better place. So who are to blame? Do you think we should blame the United States for gun coming out to the country? No. No. At the age of 18, once a character clean again, a firearm in the US. As a businessman here, 10 years now. Well, forget about me. Let me talk about a normal businessman. Another businessman, 40 years into business, 25 years, you sign up for a gun, and you still ain't have it. But they want to lobby about the US and gun manufacturing. No! Set your house in order and then see about somebody else one. When your neighbor house burning down, wet yours. So what we have to do? We wetting our country by securing it. So we won't end up like Mexico. We won't end up like the Wild Wild West, which they are burning down. Really? All about the top security? Let me tell you something. Part of my business is security and intelligence. So don't come wrong me and tell me, Saieed, I ain't know what you're saying. Don't say that. Really? You mean all you know what all you're saying? You can't tie up Saeed. That is why when I come here on my program, I bold and I brave and I tell you how to fix a problem. Gonzalez saying on the symposium that the media will just label in and we are looking for a solution. I am not the media. I am Saieed Ali. And there was so much solution I give. If the government take it, Trinidad would have been in a better place. If every police station in the community keep random raids and check in their community, let me tell you something, the community will be so damn safe, you would not even believe it. You would not. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed, and happy birthday, boy.
It's my birthday?
But I seen happy birthday to Saieed Ali, so I had to wish you a happy birthday. You're welcome to 21. You understand?
Thank you, my friend.
Listen to me. First of all, that Prime Minister from...
The best with you?
From St. Vincent, I hope he passed on the information how to mitigate against buses from all of them leaders of countries. The second thing too, you see what the opposition leader said? Standalone law. I want her to bring it in a private motion and let them debate it and let us see all who want to save lives in the country, put it on record. And we will get all them PNM ministers in a corner and all them independent PNM senators. She should do it. I don't know how to do it as another parliamentarian. But in a private motion, say, look, this is what we suggested, this is how we had to do. So I feel happy. So then I will be king in my castle. I will be executioner in my castle, and I will be judge in my castle. So when they come with 2 feet over my fence, they will go back with 1. Or come with 2 hands, they will go back with 1, jump over. So I agree with her. I want a stringent law to protect my family. Once I close my gate, anybody I catch, even I get the neighbor's dog in my yard, I protected myself. I go and have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, gang leaders among 5,825 suspended students. Now, listen to this. So far, for 2022-2023 academic year, 5,362 secondary school students have been suspended, while 463 primary school pupils that were suspended, including a 12-year-old for leadership of a gang. 12 years old, he's a leader in a gang? Let me tell you something, you done gone YTC long time. You done gone YTC long time. In some families, gangs have reportedly taken over the role of parents. And there have been almost 10,000 cases of domestic violence reported in Trianti Police Service since 2018. Social Development Minister Donna Cox gave the information on list. The social media influence are among factors contributing to family breakdown. What a bloody hell shame of words. Social media were out here since technology started. Since technology started. So, Donna, those words are not for the wise. Because the wise would say something different, like me. Cox stated that poor parenting is a major issue in TNT as it can increase the likelihood of a child engaging in criminal behavior later on in life. She said poor parenting has changed. Poor parenting has a range of adverse effects on children, including lower academic achievement, mental health problems, and increase in school violence. Listen to Donna.
I want to hone in on the issue of parenting, because we have found that poor parenting is a major issue in Trinidad and Tobago. It can increase the likelihood of a child engaging in criminal behavior later in life due to delinquency and violent crime. And in some families, it is reported that the gangs have taken over the roles of the parents, guiding our young men and women and providing them with a false sense of safety and security. Poor parenting has a range of adverse effects on children, including, but not limited to, difficulty forming healthy relationships, lower academic achievements, increased risk of substance abuse, mental health problems, increased risk of criminal behavior, and increase in school violence.
Cause that? Do you really think poor parenting would cause that? I would say poor parenting did not cause that. Here is Trinidad and Tobago. My mom died when I was 12. 12 years old. And Donna want to say, Mrs. Cox want to say, poor parenting. My dad worked 8, 12, 16 hours. How come I didn't come out a bandit on the street? How come? At the age of 12, I had no mom. My father worked 8, 12, 16 hours a day. How the hell I didn't end up on the streets, Donna? How I didn't end up with a mental breakdown? How come? I'm going to tell you something. When Allah making all a statement, come good, you know. Come damn good. Cox also added that primary school students were accounted for an additional 463 suspension, including one child under 12 years for leadership of a gang. Listen to that.
Speaking of school violence, the Ministry of Education reports thus far for the academic year of 2022-2023 were suspended from secondary schools for offenses ranging from arson, assault, with or without weapons, cyberbullying, and possession or use of drugs and explosive devices, to name a few. Primary school students, who are generally 12 years and under, accounted for an additional 463 suspensions for similar offenses, including one child for leadership of a gang. And these findings are extremely disturbing. And what about the media reports of parents entering schools to fight or violently engage teachers and students? That in itself is also similarly distressing. So the data I have presented, when combined with each other, they create the perfect storm.
Now viewers, she said in the past 7 years, the government has spent approximately $40 billion. In 7 years, $40 billion on social service. And her ministry will extend their net further to ensure that better outcome for citizens and untimely or ultimately reduce crime. Listen to the minister.
The government established a committee to take a holistic public health approach to crime and violence. And this committee is co-chaired by the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services and the Ministry of Health. And that committee has been mandated to develop a national action plan. Over the past 7 years, the government of Trinidad and Tobago spent approximately $40 billion on social services. 40 billion TT dollars on social services. And we will extend our net further to ensure better outcomes for our citizens and ultimately reduce crime. Our continuous data gathering will drive decisions that identify misaligned strategies and help us to reframe.
So they're going to extend now on maybe another 40 billion? Hey, I would love the story. Hear this. The minister, we're talking about Cummins here. The minister said the government is prepared to provide young people with opportunity to improve themselves and help them find meaningful employment. Listen to this.
We have a responsibility to provide for those who are not of that view an opportunity to train yourself, to get certified, and to be able to improve your circumstances for the benefit, for your own benefit, and for the benefit of your family. And that is what we are doing in conjunction with NESC.
Now, viewers, Minister of Sport, Youth Development and National Service, Foster Cummins, said the government is not giving handouts to young people, but opportunities for their development. The amount of schools that were shut down, trade school was shut down in Trinidad and Tobago, is a bloody hell shame. So what opportunities is the government really giving to the young hearts, I should say? What are they giving? How many trade schools are there in Trinidad and Tobago presently? How much? Ask yourself that question. So while you're asking yourself that question, viewers, we have a person of interest. Anthony Darrison. Anthony, you know, it's so sad I had to put you up on TV again. It's so sad. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I haven't heard anything from you. Neither the wife, neither the family. I told your wife to do something. Call me tomorrow. Call me tomorrow. You see, I'm going to tell you something with Saieed. There no ducking and hiding, you know. Watch me, we are playing cricket where you had to make duck, you know. You had to duck from a ball, you know. No, this ball will hurt you solid. So Anthony Darrison, contact me tomorrow. And we go talk. Otherwise, Thursday night, you picture back up. It back up. Are very serious. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we have a call on the line. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saieed, and happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
Why don't this government, instead of being pig-headed and, hogwash this nation, I think they could hogwash, but in the hogwashing, they support us. They are not, the opportunities that they are providing, the opportunity is to become criminals. That is what they are providing. They always want to keep their supporters in abeyance, that they should be assured of their votes. Now look at a simple thing, sir. Under the partnership, under Kamala Prasad Bisesa, remember they had something called Community Comfort Patrol? Where you had these patrols in most of these communities. You remember that?
Yes.
This man come and he removed that. Wasn't that provided? That is why crime was down. And it was the partnership government which was providing opportunities. You remember when you talk about poverty and all these kind of things? Kamala Prasad was providing breakfast and lunch and all
Correct.
these. The family,
yes.
They had laptops which they was taking home, which the family was using and elevating themselves. This man got lock, stock and barrel, removed everything. That 40 billion or how much they said they spent, sir. How much of that, come down to communities? That, what I suspect that money is for? Is to buy votes, to keep their supporters and to buy votes. That is what they're using the money. That is why every single thing is going here. And the main point tonight, sir, you know why this whole country is a mess? Is because they only have PNM supporters in key position. That is the qualification. If you are not a PNM supporter, you cannot have a key position. And they don't know nothing. They are square pegs in a round hole. That is why nothing is going. He has to personally pick up police commissioner. He has to personally, in all these organizations. That is why nothing is going properly, sir. It is time, as I said, no amount of symposium, no amount of consultation would change us today. What we need, the only change we need is a new government, sir. Anything but this PNM government, and Trinidad will be a paradise again. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back from this break, we're going to start our public concerns night as promised. So I'll see you after.
Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Assalamu alaikum. Eid Mubarak.
Welcome, salam.
Mr. Saeed, what you go about doing when you get in debt threat?
Just repeat what you just said.
When you go about when people threatening you death threat, what you go about doing? What is the procedure?
The first thing you do is make a report to the closest police station. That's the first thing you do. You did that? Who got death threats?
We are elderly. We from Penal.
You got death threats?
Yeah.
Did you make a report to the police station?
No. They are death threat this morning.
How did you receive that threat?
Well, we had a little disturbance in the home. Concerning water. Well, you know water is a big issue. And we have a woman came here from Sidra, and we were just speaking to her, and she was discussing with somebody from Sidra that she needed to get rid of us. They are elderly.
And they threatened you?
Yes, threatened me and wife. I 65.
Make a report to the closest police station. Give the officers them the individual name. So in the event of anything happen to you, this individual will be under investigation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, as we're about to start our public concerns night tonight, remember Real Talk is giving you 4% on a fixed deposit. Those of you who want to open an account for your kids, contact Real Talk credit union information, viewers. Remember, also I'm a licensed money lender. We're into security and intelligence. We're into equipment rental. We're into real estate. How do I manage all these business? With the grace of God. With the grace of God, viewers. So, the Water and Sewerage Authority, WASA, has released Trinidad and Tobago 2023 dry season's water restriction schedules. However, some communities have been spared of reduced pipe-borne water supply. WASA has placed communities across TNT under some level of reduced water supply, but no water restriction schedules have been issued for northwestern Trinidad. The schedules, which were posted to WASA's social media page, stated that several areas will receive pipe-borne water supply daily, as well as every 3, 4, or 5 and 6 days. Areas like Manzalina and Mayaro will receive water once a week. However, communities like Princestown, Freeport, Upper Lupino, and Dabadie will receive water once a week. Serious? Witnesses, some areas more favorable than some by WASA. So these places are getting water once per week. Why don't we pay for water once per week? And those places that are getting water 7 days per week, let them have a different fee. No, but it don't work so at the end of a term. Everybody pays. Everybody pays. Sad. It really, really stinking sad. Areas such as Mafikin, Barapo, Clark Road, Mount Diablo, St. Mary's, and more will be receiving water once every 9 to 10 days. So you gonna tell me what's up? Once in 10 days I getting water, and it's in the northwestern part of Trinidad, they getting water every day. What is a favorism thing going on? Is a favorism thing? And all I want to know now, when people start to protest lack of water, why they doing it? Where's Gonzales? Where's Gonzales? Gonzales, what do you have to say concerning this? He's the Minister of Public Utilities. What is your options? You going to tell me this is where you're not to the public? Is that Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all? That's ridiculous. You cannot tell me at the end of 4 months I had to pay $400 and I get water once every 10 days, and another community getting water Monday to Friday, and they had to pay the same money. What the hell I paid $400 for? Gonzales, you have some answering to do to the public. Though these water schedules have been issued, many areas across Trinidad and Tobago have already been water scarce for some times, with some communities across the island not even receiving pipe-borne water for weeks. So Gonzales, what you have to say? The northwestern side, are they better than the southwest people? And when people protest for water, the councillor or MP will go and say, well, you know, well, we get water once a week. What about for the individuals who don't have a tank? What are we going to do? Call a good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk, my friend.
I just want to wish you a happy birthday, sir, and all the best from the Jopian family from the Barapo area.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Residents in several communities in Mayaro stage a protest demanding an end to their water woes. And the restriction now come out, you know. Gonzales! What you have to say about water supply? Those affected stated that in some instances they have been left with dry taps for up to 4 weeks. Up to 4 weeks, Gonzales. But all I want to come out and tell people not to buy water from the truck. Them are getting it in the pipe. We cannot buy it from the truck. We have food to cook. We have house to mop. We have children clothes to wash. We have baby clothes to wash. We have food to cook with water. And not sweet drink or soft drink or a bottle of punch and you throw it in a pot and a chunky potato. Gonzales, it's sad to know you haven't come out and said anything concerning this as yet. So if we're not getting water and we tap, and all I want to charge us for purchasing water from the truck, what are you to tell citizens when we don't have water? You see, Gonzales, 24-hour water supply at your line, you don't have a problem. You don't have a problem. There's water in your house to cook food. There's water in your house to wash clothes. There's water in your house to drink. There's water in your house to mop. So what about mine? I don't deserve that water. Just like you, I don't deserve that. I too poor. I am not a minister. It's a stinking shame. It sucks to know because all in high places, all I can get 24 water supply, but because I'm in a low-lying area, I get it once every, how much? 10 days? And on top of that, now when I pay tax, that money paying your salary, and they're paying you to fly on plane free, and they're paying you to eat in fancy hotels, and they're paying you to put gas in government vehicle, is a stinking, nasty, dirty shame. And then they want to come out now with a nice suit and a press briefing, and you know we're going to expand here with so many monies. Really? Really? And 10 days, once for the week I gain, once in every 10 days I gain water? It's a stinking, nasty, dirty shame. I started saying so on national television, and we program is going live, you know. No one, you want to know why we hold the #1 current affairs program thus far? For the last 3 or 4 years, because we deal with the issues. That is what we deal with. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Mr. Saeed, you're in a point, you're chatting good. Here we're going on. I want to tell you something. WASA is a rich man company, not a poor man company. Here I'm telling you. I went WASA to transfer a name from my name to my son's name. And they refused to do it in WASA office.
Why?
They said I had to get deed and had to get this and had to get that. I can't think. You telling me I want to pay my water rate. I get old. I want to give it to my son. And you telling me you can't transfer that name in WASA. What's really going on? Poor people can't survive this country.
What office you went?
Princestown.
Princestown office, that is where? King Street?
Yeah.
So the officers them at the King Street branch in Princestown, WASA compound, they're telling you that you cannot transfer the water from your name to your son's name.
No, because I went in land, I went in this land, I have a house up in, house tax up in, everything, and I went with all the documents in WASA office, and Gonzal and want to do it for people, poor people, even a rich man you get done. And your poor people have to suffer in this country to the dead. Mr. Saeed, I want you to check that for me. They're not supposed to do poor people that. If I want to transfer my business to my son's name, they're supposed to do that forthwith. I pay my money, me, I owe nobody. And you telling me you can't do that? I had to get a deed and all kind of thing. I can't get a deed. It's rent time I rent, I can't rent receipt. And I can't get tax, I pay my house tax. And you tell me you can't do that? Mr. Saeed, this country stink. This country going to the dogs.
So here it is.
I'm telling you that.
So here it is.
Poor people can't do nothing, Saeed.
Every time you go to pay your WASA bill, they're taking your money.
Yeah.
But to transfer it on your son's name to collect the same money, they can't do that.
No.
It's a stinking shame. Caller, here what to do. Leave your number with my operator. Right? And with somebody from the WASA division in King Street in Princestown, would you all get in touch with Saeed just to help out a gentleman? At the end of the day, he transferred it from his own to his son's own. So all are still collecting the money, all the dancing head people. I wonder if those in King Street own WASA. How more foolish could you all be? If the man was cutting off the water supply, was something different, but he transferred the water supply under a different name, from his name to his son's name, so all your lousy head people could continue getting money. All of that done, see? All of that done, see? You see how educated we are people in Trinidad and Tobago? See how educated they are? So somebody from the WASA department in King Street and Princestown, would you all contact me at 339-1670 so we could try and sort out this problem? Cheers, boy. Minister of Public Utilities, Marvin Gonzalez, have stated that alleged water truck racket is not new in Trinidad and Tobago. He stated that this goes to show the level of corruption in Trinidad and Tobago, and the water truck racket was an easy way to make money. Listen to Gonzalez.
Trinidad and Tobago is a very corrupt society, and there are a lot of people who just wanted to remain like that because they make money. It protects their investment in whatever corrupt activities that they're involved in, and they would resist any attempt to bring about transformation that will help improve the levels of service to customers and to citizens and what have you. So when I raised the issue with respect to water truck and water trucking in Wassa, is just another example of the level of corruption that exists and that is so pervasive in Trinidad and Tobago.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Wassa release restrictions in certain areas. You get in water once every 10 days. But here we have Marvin Gonzalez talking about a water truck racket in Wassa. So listen this. Listen this, Trinidad and Tobago. If I have a truck and there's a tank on top of my truck that fills water, drinking water, and Navin come to me and say, Saieed, I don't have no water, boy. How much you going to charge me to transport water to my home? Well, it's obvious Navin would have to pay for the use of the truck. That is all. Now, to rent a truck with a tank on it is an expensive thing. Because the truck do not work with water. It starts with diesel. And then the warranty on the truck. So me to bring a truckload of Navin water for Navin it will cost you about 800, boy. And Navin now will take out that money and pay me as the owner of a truck to bring water for him. This is how it is. So what Marvin them talking about, Gonzalez talking about, Navin and Nelly call it eh? So what Gonzalez is talking about, we just have to wonder, or is it that there is a racket with the Wassa truck going on in Wassa? Is there a racket with the Wassa water truck? Are they running a racket? For Marvin, I have to be careful, you know. For Gonzalez to be making those statements, is there a Wassa racket? I'm asking. Because if I have a truck and Navin asks me to transport water, it's obvious there is a fee for transport for the usage of the truck. But is Gonzalez saying that there's a racket in Wassa with the trucks? Jeez. Well, then TTPS need to investigate swiftly. Swiftly. Oh. So viewers, we have come to the end of my program tonight, viewers. But nevertheless, let me tell you something. It gave me great pleasure to come here every night to update you on situations and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. Real Talk with Saieed Ali is funded by Real Talk Group of Companies. Remember, we have Real Talk Security and Intelligence, we have Real Talk Real Estate, we have Real Talk Equipment Rental, we have, well, I'm a licensed money lender, and now we have Real Talk Credit Union. Remember, we offering you 4% viewers, open an account for your kid to save money. Let me tell you something. Friday, I believe, is Eid. So the Muslim community in Trinidad and Tobago will be celebrating Eid. So viewers, hopefully Friday or Saturday. I am Saieed. I want to say good night, but do listen to this lovely song that my staff have selected just for you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Until we meet again, good night.
الشوق بنا والآن قد آن الأوان أن تسعدنا يا رمضان. ها قد زينا المكان بالنور والألوان ومصلانا والقرآن. يا بشرانا بالهلال بالنور والجمال أقبل يا شهر الغفران بالبركات والإيمان والحب والسلام جئت لتحيينا رمضان للمغرب روح ونسائم نتسابق من يفطر صائم تهف مسامعنا والقلب ليعانق صوت الأذان يتجلى وقت الإفطار والحب بأرجاء الدار نتجمع حول المائدة والأذكار بكل لسان أهلا أهلا يا رمضان طال الشوق بنا والآن قد آن الأوان أن تسعدنا يا رمضان ها قد زينا المكان بالنور والألوان ومصلانا والقرآن يا بشرانا بالهلال بالنور والجمال أقبل يا شهر الغفران بالبركات والإيمان والحب والسلام جئت لتحيينا رمضان ومآذن بالنور تلالت وبضيف الرحمن تعالت لتعانق بالحب هلالا ويعانقها بالعنان وصلاة التراويح تروح هما داخلنا وتلوح بحنين دفء وشعور يسمو بها فوق المكان أهلا أهلا يا رمضان